Good day, Dennis Ward here, and welcome to another reaction video. Now, this one I got asked to do by Warren. We had a little talk about some 80s synth bands and bands that I also enjoyed. And although I did grow up at the time and I was a fan, I really enjoyed a lot of synth pop, especially being a teenager in the mid-80s was a pretty special thing. So I do have a vague knowledge of a lot of synth bands, synth pop bands. But of course, I'm, never took a real deep dive into it, and I don't know everything about everything. So he asked me to do a reaction video to a song that I have heard of. The band is called Joy Division, and I know I've heard of this, and the song is called Love Will Tear Us Apart. I did some Googling to figure out, as always, who did what, and credits go where and why. To find out that this was a huge, massive hit, very massive. And it was a bit tragic to find out that the singer, the lead singer, Ian Curtis, tragically killed himself. He apparently was ill and just didn't want to anymore. So this was the end of his career. The song was released in June of 1980 as a non-album single, which I find to be interesting because when I look at how many hits it's got on YouTube, it's definitely a successful song and you'd want that on an album, but whatever. It was probably recorded in 1979, I'm assuming, because it was released in 1980. Its lyrics were inspired by lead singer Ian Curtis's marital problems and struggles with epilepsy. Okay. The single was released 1 month after his suicide. It was recorded at Pennine Studios in Oldham, UK, on the 8th of January, then re-recorded in March at Strawberry Studios, Stockport, UK. I guess that's the final version. I'm not sure. Anyway, written by Albrecht Dickens, Curtis, Hook, and Morris. Produced by Joy Division and Martin Hannett. Mixed by Don Gaiman. What a Gemin. Probably saying that wrong. I could find nothing about who mastered it. And actually, just to be very open, I actually started this video for the second time because I realized when I was reacting to it, it sounded really weird. It was flanging and phasing, and it was mono. It was completely mono. And then I realized, oh, pre-MTV, all the videos were in mono. So I did a quick search and found a remaster of 1995. I don't know who remastered this, but it doesn't matter. We're more concentrating on the whole song, and let's see what it sounds like. I've seen this. I have heard this before. At some point in my life, I haven't heard this before, for sure. I remember this video more than the song, I think. That's a hook. I mean, I really haven't heard this in forever. And, that's just an amazing hook. I know I'm going to be whistling this when I go home tonight. This is very, very hooky. I'm trying to remember where I've heard this. I never had the album, I never bought a Joy Division album, but I know I've heard this over and over again, probably at some club in the 80s. I don't know, but very rememberable, very memorable. Awesome guitar. The box, I think. Okay, simplicity at its best. It's really neat that this one main line is the hook, it's the melody, it's the riff, the keyboards are doing it. And what I'm just realizing is, because I was going to complain and criticize and say, I wish I had some bottom end, the bass player isn't being heard very well for a 3 or 4 piece band. That's a shame. And it just occurred to me, well, he's playing the main riff. That's him. He's playing way up there all the time. That's like the lowest note in the song. Yeah, that's, why not? I mean, hell, just because we're bass players, it doesn't mean that we can't like play melodies too, you know. Paul McCartney was also amazing with this. Hey, quick update. I just came back. It's the next day, actually. I went home last night and I was listening to the song again, and I fundamentally realized something very wrong. I had said before that that this was the lowest note. But listening in my car, I was actually realizing that, you know, I said it before too, I always hear this D. There's a D all the time. And upon watching again, I realized that he's playing the D, open D, all the time too. So, which is a lot of work on one string. So I just want to clarify that it's not just high notes. He's actually droning on the D as well. Okay? All right, let's continue.
Why is the bedroom so cold? Turned away on your side. Is my timing that flawed? Our respect runs so dry. Yet there still is a feel that we've kept through our
The simplicity is killing me. The melody in the verse is so, how can I put it? It just fits so well with the riff, and it's only that far away from the main melody, which is the riff. Na, 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 na. But he variates it enough so that it's, you know, it's just in there, but still it's a part of the whole riff, which is carrying the whole song. And the dynamics are being made by removing guitars, playing less on guitars. The keyboard comes in on the chorus, it seems like. And that's it. And that's making the whole dynamic. That's amazing.
Love will tear us apart again.
It sounds like that note is constantly there. It's just always there. What is that? Well, that's a D. That's a D. It's a constant D. A D forever. Cool. And I think he was playing the D in those open chords, which sounds huge, you know, just big, fat, clean, and then the keyboard comes back in.
You cry out in your sleep, all my failings exposed. Yes, a taste in my mouth, as desperation takes hold. Just said something so good, just can't function no more. But love.
The keyboards in the verse are just playing a the root, then a fifth, then an octave in the root. It's just going back and forth. Na, 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 na. The simplicity and the dynamic is pretty amazing. I mean, they're doing nothing to do a lot.
Love will tear us apart.
And then he just goes up to the melody in the chorus. That's it.
Love will tear us apart.
And I can see here the bass player is doing all the high stuff, only high stuff.
Love will tear us apart.
So the bass player is carrying the riff. Good on you.
Love will tear us apart again.
There's that chord again, D. Sounds like I hear a D, a lower D now. Looks like it. We finally have bass. So nobody's playing the riff anymore. It's an outro, cool. Wonderful, wonderful, very nice. All right, that was great. I enjoyed that. Sonically speaking, it's not the most amazing production I've ever heard. The drums are very trashy, but we're talking 1979, and alone the splashiness of the snare, this psh, psh, was kind of the beginning of this 80s synth rock thing. I mean, that's not really totally like, I don't know, synth rock, like, I don't know, Duran Duran or something like that was really doing it. It's like, it's an attempt to go there. I mean, we're talking before all this synth pop stuff started. Being from Germany, I mean, we had our Kraftwerk and a lot of bands that really got the ball rolling on that side. And they also did this constant looping, you know, just looping parts and just, you know, building up on that one thing over and over again. And they're following up on that. That's like the beginning of like the real synth pop. So maybe these guys were the first ones. I don't know. But anyway, cool song. Thank you, Warren, very much for letting me react to this song. I really enjoyed it. You guys take care. Thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe to Produce Like a Pro. Click like and all that good stuff. Come visit the guys at producelikeapro.com. There's lots of stuff to check out and lots of goodies too. So until next time, have a great mix.